Why are they turning old subways into bunkers? We were left to ask this question after receiving about 40 reports of bunkers being built in old subway stations. Waterproof boots, a reliable flashlight, and calm nerves are necessary in any abandoned subway under downtown Los Angeles, New York, or any other large city. Water trickles in from the street above, and the concrete floor is caked with mud. A sump pump groans in the distance. The air, thick with humidity, is still and lifeless. And yet for 3 decades several hundred trolley cars rattled through 100's tunnel each day. Ones that have been long forgotten. Starting in 1899, the Illinois Telephone and Telegraph Company dug under most of downtown Chicago, creating nearly 62 miles of tunnel 6 feet wide by 7.5 feet tall. Their original intention was to house telephone cables, but the company also installed tracks to make getting around easier. Spotting an opportunity, they renamed their business the Chicago Tunnel Company in 1906 and became an underground delivery service instead. At their peak use, the tunnels buzzed with around 150 small locomotives, hauling 3,300 miniature train cars that delivered 600,000 tons of freight every day. Using special elevators connected to the tunnels, businesses like Marshall Fields would get new clothing and shoe shipments from the rail, but delivering coal for furnaces was the company's bread and butter. However, by the late 1940s, most buildings were using natural gas for heat and those still using coal were getting it by truck, which was much cheaper. Business declined until the company went bankrupt, and the tunnels were sealed in 1959. Shortly after, scrap metal thieves cleaned out the tunnels, including steel doors that were meant to close off the passageways that ran under the Chicago River. The rails were virtually forgotten until 1992, when a pile driver in the Chicago River hit a freight tunnel wall. A small crack eventually became a 20-foot hole, allowing over 100 million gallons of water to flood the tunnels. Many downtown buildings still had basement connections to the railway, so as the water rose underground it flooded these buildings too, ruining stock in storage rooms, shutting down the Chicago Mercantile Exchange and Board of Trade, and shorting out electrical power for blocks. Days later, the hole was repaired and the water was pumped out. The cleanup cost and estimated damage to downtown businesses was more than $1 billion. Since then, many sections of the tunnel have been closed off, while other branches have come full circle. They're once again being used to house telecommunication wires. Or so we were told. The Senate subway. A little-known secret to most Americans. Initially built in 1912, a small, 2-line monorail system linked the Capitol building to the Russell Senate office building just 1/5 of a mile away. The open-air cars held 18 people in wicker seats, took 45 seconds to make a one-way trip, and were known to travel back and forth up to 225 times a day when the Senate was in session. Over the years, the line has expanded to all the Senate office buildings, as well as to the House office building, allowing every member of Congress to reach the Capitol with ease. The old cars were upgraded in 1965 with new models that include upholstered seats and windshields, most of which are still in use today. In 1993, the cars on one line were replaced with sleek, fully enclosed cabins, and feature an automatic, driverless system, which normally performs quite well. However, in May 2009, the train broke down, stranding Senators Voinovich, Lieberman, Alexander, and McCaskill between stations. McCaskill let the world know via Twitter that their train had stalled. They were rescued shortly after, but McCaskill was still a little leery, tweeting that it takes longer, but I think I'll walk. We were told that orders were sent to build hundreds of tiny home-sized bunkers down the forgotten tunnels. The reports go on. And we are sure we will see more as the months go on. So why are they building them, and does this have a connection to the Walmart tunnels? What are they not telling us, If you have any information, please email us. Stay paranoid, my friends.